This is a 3-inch, 7.5 horsepower gasoline water pump that can be used in agriculture for pumping water, sewage pumping, or any other purpose that require you to move water from one point to another. So together we're gonna review it, trying to test the capacity and the flow rate of this pump. But first of all, I'm gonna show you how to connect different parts of this gasoline water pump together. As you know that the pump doesn't come ready to be used, it has different parts that make the pumping system complete. So let's see the part of this water pumping system. The first one is the filter and the filter hose that has to be joined together. So you take a filter and the filter hose and squeeze them together by using a little bit of hose, as you can see here. So now you have already connected the two together. The second one is the water inlet hose. You can see it here, the water inlet hose. The third one is the water outlet hose. This is usually longer in order to pump the water system, the water into your destination part. Then we also have two hose joints. You can see it here, two hose joints together with two rubbers for each hose joint. Then we have 3 clamps that will be used to tight the hose pipe to the pump and to the filter. So now we have already identified those parts. It's time to install everything together and start our engine. So you take one hose joint and one rubber and you put them together on an inlet side of the hose, as I show you here. So take one hose joint and one rubber, put the two together and connect it to the inlet side of your pump, as you can see it here. Then put the two together. Then after that, take another pair of hose joint and a rubber, put them on an outlet side of your pump, as I'll show you here. So take a rubber, put it inside, take your hose joint, put the two together and push it on an outlet side of your water pump. Screw the two together. Then take an inlet hose pipe and insert one clamp a little bit into it, as I show you here. So take a clamp and squeeze it a little bit onto your hose pipe. Then connect the inlet hose pipe to the inlet hose joint of your pump. So you take your inlet hose and you connect it to the inlet hose joint of the pump, as I show you here. Squeeze a little bit together, push it a little bit in order for it to reach to the tight point of your inlet hose. Then after that, use your clamp to tight the two together. So squeeze your clamp, rotate it, adjust it to ensure that you have a well sealed water system, and to make sure that the pipe will not be blowing away once you start pumping up the water. Then take a filter and put it on the other end of your inlet hose. So take your filter and a clamp. Put a clamp on the inlet hose a little bit into it. Squeeze it a little bit. Then take your filter and squeeze your filter inside your hose pipe. Squeeze it a little bit in order for it to be able to penetrate into your hose pipe. Then use a clamp to tight the two together. Use a clamp as you have used it before to tight the two together. The filter the purpose of the filter here is to remove ledge debris that will destroy the pump impeller. So the filter will try to filter out those ledge particles, stone, mud, leaves plastics or any other large particles that will destroy your pump. So make sure that you put your filter on other end of your pump before start to pump the water. Then after that, it's time to connect an outlet pipe. So take your clamp and put it on your outlet pipe. Then take the two together and squeeze it to the joint hose of your pump. So take your outlet and squeeze it inside your hose joint of the pump. Then use the clamp to tighten the two together. Rotate your clamp to make sure that you have a well tight system, so that when you switch on the pump, the pipe will not be blown away by the water. So make sure that you tighten the two together before switch your engine on. So once the installation process is completed, don't start the engine before putting the oil on your crankcase. So otherwise you will destroy your pump very quickly, or the engine may fail to start. So you take out your dipstick. You can see it here. It's located just at the bottom of your pump. Take out your dipstick and put almost half a liter of oil. Put a half liter of oil, or recommended amount that is usually written on your gasoline water pump, on your user manual. So read out that book that came with your pump to see how much oil you should put there. But it's usually half a liter of oil will be enough. So put your oil there. After that, put back your dipstick, close your dipstick to make sure that the oil doesn't spill out. And you should check from time to time to see the level of oil and to see if the oil has already been consumed, to change it. Make sure that you change your oil from time to time. Then after that, add a petrol to your tank. Open your petrol tank and put in the petrol. Then after that, close your petrol tank before starting on the engine. Then after adding the oil onto your crankcase and the petrol onto your petrol tank, it's time to prime up your water pump. You can see it here. So how do you prime the gasoline water pump? You take a look at the top of your water pump. There will be a water filler plug. So you open that water filler plug and fill it with the water. So take the water and you start to fill it. Start to fill it from the top until the water comes out at the outlet side of your pump. So fill it with the water until you see the water comes out. That's how you prime your water pump. This is how water priming is done on a gasoline or a diesel water pump. And you should make sure that you do this priming process. You add a water onto that filler plug every time before you start switching on your pump. Make sure that it's full of water every time you want to start on the engine. So after priming your water and you have already done everything, you are ready to start on your engine. So you start by setting the engine switch at on, put it on. Then after that, move the throttle valve level to the left. So then after that, pull the start handle gently in order to start up your engine. So pull your start handle. So after all of that, it's time to test the capacity of this water pump. So how to connect is the outlet hose, this hose joint of the pump, then extend this outlet hose about 50 meters away from the water pump, and then connect it to the water tank that is around 50 meters away from the water pump. So you can see it here, the outlet pipe has been connected to the water tank, and at the beginning of this water pump pipe there is a water pump. So I'm going to switch it on and then insert this outlet hose to the water tank to see how long it takes to fill up this water tank. So it's like this. I'm sorry for that, but the flow rate was very violent that I ended up putting my phone camera away. But it took around 30 seconds to fill this 240 liters drum with the water from the water pump. So just around 30 seconds to fill this 240 liters water tank with water. And keep in mind that the pump was not run at a full speed. So within just 30 seconds it took to fill this drum of water, which is not bad because on paper this pump is rated at 1,000 liters per minute. It has been rated that it can pump out 1,000 liters in a minute and 60,000 liters of water in just 1 hour. So that's not bad because 1,000 liters in a minute, and here we have pumped 240 liters of water in just 30 seconds, and the pump was not running at a full speed. It's not very, it does not deviate so far from the rated capacity that is written on the water pump. Okay, so in the next video I'm gonna show you a general use, how to use a gasoline water pump. I guess that you didn't understand how to start the engine maybe, or how to prime a water pump, or how can you increase or decrease the flow rate of the water from this water pump. All of that will be covered in the next video. So don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss this video. I will put the link to this video in the description. Also the link to buy the pump will be in the description. See you on the next videos.